You're listening to the Higher Self Wellness Podcast. My name's Alec Hurley. I'm your host, and welcome. I want to give you a big, warm welcome, and if you are new, then a big virtual hug to you. If you are returning, thanks once again. I just have a lot of gratitude for you taking the time to come and spend it with me. If you haven't checked out the website, do so. A couple things have changed over there. There's some new opportunities to get in touch with me, to check out some new programs that I'm offering. And like always, you can fill out the form, connect with me directly, and you can also sign up for the newsletter. So today I want to talk about how it's never too late to begin making changes, and change, right? It's inevitable. It's just part of life. However, we can either actively participate in our own identity evolution, or we can just kind of passively go along with emotion, and that can over time stimulate this kind of victim mentality. And it's this idea that I'm a result of the outer world rather than I create my world and I choose how I interact with it. So that's this idea of participating in your own evolution, changing intentionally, or just kind of passively going through life with this everything just kind of happens around me and I have no control over it. And so just a little bit about what I've been exploring over the past few years now is really actively participating in directing the way that I want my life to be unfolding, and to really experience the life that I desire to experience. I want to have fun. I want to support myself in the ways to where I can travel and take vacations and buy the things that I need to continue having a nice, supportive, healthy, and well-balanced life. So, what have I done? Well, I began to challenge why I was doing things the way that I was doing them. And then I began to connect with how do I want to experience life? And if you've listened to other past episodes, that's a pretty reoccurring theme here. How do I want to live? Is the way that I'm currently living really in alignment with, how I want to experience life? And so I found at the beginning, when I began to change things, I needed to connect with a really strong reason for why I wanted to change. Why do I want to shift around some of my behaviors? Why do I want to evolve my habits to support myself? And so that is a very great place to begin, right? Connect with a why. And after we connect with the why, the whats and the hows, all that stuff can come through. But first off, you need a strong enough reason to continue coming back to, right? So this nice strong anchor point that will keep you coming back to do I want to eat this cookie, or is this cookie in alignment with my bigger picture? Is this helping me grow? And so it's kind of letting go of the willpower aspect and coming back to intention. So it's just that, right? The what will come, but at first you need a strong, solid reason for why you want to make a change in the first place. Connect with your why. So why would you want to begin changing your behaviors, begin changing your life, changing your patterns, changing your habits? Maybe something isn't working. Maybe you aren't feeling your best. Maybe you're not at your ideal weight. Maybe there's a lack of sense of connection to the people around you. Why do you want to shift? What is driving you to be craving change? And so this why, I feel like it can be often underestimated. And I think it's the most important part to begin any change, because without it, you're just kind of lost, meandering around. You don't know why you want to change something, but you know that you want to change something. And so that's why I mention it as like being your anchor. Or I could almost call it like your lighthouse, right? It's your point of focus. It's like, oh, I want to head in this direction, and I can realign, and I can use the lighthouse as, a guidance point, as a point of reference. So I know that if I'm off course, am I making it safely into the harbor? Are my actions going to be supporting my why statement for wanting to change? Or am I just off course and kind of meandering about, not really making it into the harbor, I guess, in this analogy? So your why statement, like your why reason behind any bit of change, it needs to be strong. It needs to be powerful. I'm going to take a sip of my maca latte. So good. It was kind of chilly this morning and pretty misty, so I was feeling something a little warming and soothing. So some maca and cinnamon. Delish. So back onto how it's never too late to make change. It's good to come to an understanding that, like, you want to know how your current behaviors are affecting those around you, how your lifestyle is impacting those around you. And this is a good way to, like, just begin to cultivate your why. Like, does you changing your behaviors affect the people around you? Will your new behaviors and habits help uplift those around you? And the reason I like to invite and explore questions like that is because these are great questions, because it gives you a deeper purpose behind the actions that you want to take, behind the behaviors that you want to change. So impact. Am I impacting those around me? Am I negatively impacting those around me? Am I positively impacting those around me? Does my current behaviors and current lifestyles help uplift my family, my relationship, my partner, the people who I interact with work? So maybe you know what it is that you want to change. And even if you do, I like to still invite in some curiosity about the reasoning why you want to change it. Do you know why you want to change? Do you know why you want to evolve your identity or become a participant in the evolution rather than a passive victim? Like, what does your gut feeling tell you? Like, how do these questions feel in your body? And when we can really connect with our gut, this is connecting with our sense of intuition. It's connecting with these kind of extrasensory, this information coming through in different ways that can really help us align with why we need to do something, and or even just the reason behind, like, why it is that I want to change. Why do I feel like I need to do it like this? So curiosity. Curiosity about why you want to change. And beginning again just with, like, it's never too late to change. It's always the right time. Every action is always the right action to begin, just to realign and reevaluate and understand, why do I do this? Why do I go to the same place and order the same thing? Or why do I sit down on the couch at the same time and do the exact same thing? Why do I even brush my teeth in the morning? Right? We can even begin to question why we do the things that we do that we know that are helpful, just so we get a deeper sense of purpose behind it. Oh yeah, I know that I brush my teeth because it's part of my oral hygiene, and it keeps my mouth healthy, which keeps my immune system healthy, which clears out stagnant gunk from sleeping, from the detoxification process. So just questioning with curiosity, like, why do I do anything? And coming back to your deeply anchored, purposeful why statement of why do I want to change in the first place? So again, you want to make sure that your why is a deep enough anchor point for you to continually come back to. I'm just going to keep driving it home. Why do I want to change? Why do I want to change my behaviors? Do I want to support those around me? Or is it for my own self? And so after that, it's really coming down to like alignment and understanding how can I choose the smallest action step. So when we understand why we want to change, we can begin to align ourselves. Like, how can I begin this process of changing? And small action steps are very powerful because over time they build momentum and they create rhythm. And everything is rhythm. Music, your heartbeat, the circadian cycles. If we can find rhythm, it helps us continue with momentum and create just this nice, beautiful, flowing kind of life experience. And remember that, like, huge structures, right? Buildings, even the pyramids, they're not built in a day. And you don't have to change in a day. Just know that coming back to your why will help anchor you back in, help realign you in the process again to make those small action steps. Over time, it's like these small action steps, they just create really big results. And what steps can you take right now? Maybe that small step right now is just you beginning to sit with and question, why do I want to change? Why do I believe that it's too late to change? Or do I not believe that? Do I believe that change is always available? And if so, then just question, okay, well, what is it that I want to change? Why do I want to change it? And then just identify a couple of little small action steps. Oh yeah, maybe it is just hydrating first thing in the morning so my cells are nice and plump and not shriveled out from the lack of or the release of hydration throughout the night. Small little steps create big, lasting change. If you'd like a little bit of reflection, going through your why or identifying a why, you can connect with me on the website and sign up for a free wellness workshop with me. And we can go deep into figuring out whatever it is that you want to figure out. Maybe it's just like, I know I want to change, but I don't know what I want to change. Or maybe I know what I want to change, but I don't know how to begin the change. Maybe you need some help just finding out why, finding that deeply rooted anchor point that will help you consistently realign all your actions to help support your active participation in your evolution, rather than just being a passive kind of like, oh, I'm a result of my outer world, rather than I create my world and I choose how I interact with it. I choose how my life is unfolding. So you can do that by going to the website www.higherself.yoga. Connect with me there, fill out the form, and that form will bring you to a page where you can schedule a time to connect with me. And if you find any of this stuff insightful or inspiring or even agitating and annoying, share it with somebody. You know, movement is transformation on some level. right? So if it moves you in some way, whether that is towards inspiration or even agitation, then continue that movement and express that, whether that is through a review on whatever platform that you're listening to this, or sharing it with a friend, or whatever it is, whatever you're drawn to. But allow it to move you in a way that takes action, even if that is to just take action with one of those small action steps you can take to help support yourself and become an active participant in your own identity evolution. So, thank you for taking the time here and listening to this idea. This is something that I'm very passionate about and that I love to help people move through with just a little bit of assistance and reflection. And yeah, thanks for taking the time just to come here and listen. And I hope wherever you are, that you are having a good day. I hope this helps uplift your spirit in any way. And much love to you. So take care. Have a great rest of your day.